Yeah, go.
All right, so we're going to go. And yes, welcome to Back to the Future. And of course, we've got our good friend Jack and Max. Max, how are you, Max?
I'm good. Andy, how are you doing? Hello, Jack.
I'm doing fine, Max. Sounds like you're doing pretty good.
The mood has risen. The sun is shining. Max is here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm in the house.
Max in the house. Good to have you here, Max. And, we got a lot of new people joining us here in our chat. And I know we had you back here just a little while ago, but do us a favor, Max. Let us know who you are, where you are, and give us a little bio.
Last week I did a little bio, but let's do it again because I guess there's a lot of people who's new watching me now. So my name is Max Etienne. So I am a medical doctor and I have a master in public health. And I did the master at the University of Tokyo in Japan. And I decided to switch from the medical field to a full-time trader. It's been a very tough road, but I decided that I needed to do that, and I did.
Yeah, out of the frying pan into the fire there. Which is harder? Do you think day to day is trading or medicine more difficult?
I mean, they all have their own stress, but trading itself is intense in a certain way because you're dealing with money, and sometimes it hurts so much. Like if you're having 1,000, 2,000, and it's your money and then it's gone. It's very painful. But medicine, you just do what you need to do as you were taught to do it, and then you wait for the result. And then sometimes you can predict what will happen, what will not happen, and you know exactly what to do. But trading, when the money is gone, it's gone.
Yeah,
it's gone.
Well, there's one thing though. I mean, with trading here at Topstep, you got to reset. But in the emergency room, you don't have a reset. So you got to.
There's no reset.
No resets in the emergency room. No. But
no reset.
While we're on that subject, there was a question last time you were here. We didn't get to it. As far as the emotion wise. Now, I know you were in the emergency room. You probably saw some heavy stuff, but how did you control your emotions? And I think just having that extreme experience sort of gave you a good edge in your emotions now. How did that sort of transfer?
Okay, for example, let's say on Monday, I have three express funded account now. So yeah. I'm trading all of them together as one. So when I started trading them on Monday, and I started trading all of them together on Monday. I know it was a bad and good idea, but let's give it a try. You never know. And the problem is TradeOvate. I'm very good at managing my trades on TradingView, but when you have three. When you're copying the trades on TradeOvate, it's very difficult to manage all of them on TradingView. You need to be looking on TradeOvate, looking on TradingView, and sometimes when you cut the position and then we forgot, you need to go back to TradeOvate, and it's quite complicated. It's taking me time to adjust to it, and I got some on Monday. I did very well, and Tuesday I did very well as well. And then on Tuesday afternoon, I decided to keep trading because I did so well in all the accounts, and I made $3,000 in each of them on Tuesday. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I can make more. And I tried to make more, and then I lose the 3,000.
No.
And then I lose 2,000 more, and the next day. And I try to trade again, and then I lose almost in one account, I reached to I only had $90 left for the maximum drawdown. And the other two, only $1,000.
Oh man.
And then it was I'm okay. But it was, for me, it was one of the best loss ever I made. One of the best losses ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. How did I do that? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you think you have everything under control, but sometimes you lose this control because trading, like, just, I don't know. And then I'm like, okay, I need to learn from the experience. I need to learn from what just happened. And I'm like, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to learn from it. And this will be my last mistake. So I need to focus now. So now I'm focused to only make 200 per day until I go back to draw down. So I want to punish myself to make 200 per day for 2 months. And once I make this 200, I'm done for the day.
Right.
And I had certain of rules that I was like, okay, I was like, I'm not trading in the morning, but I started trading in the morning for London. And then I think once I start trading in the morning, I never because like my brain, my capacity to think, like it's completely changed. And by the time my setup is like very, very clear, I cannot really think, I cannot really take a good trade. And so I decided to stop trading in the morning, just focus on New York, just trading. Once I get my 200, I'm done for the day. Bye-bye. So I want to punish myself to do that for like 2 months at least, and then to go back to break even at least. But today I did very well. I did like 345 in all accounts. I'm very happy.
No, I'm happy for you, man.
You're moving forward, and then people got to understand, even if it's baby steps, you're still moving forward rather than taking leaps and bounds. Now, Max, I got a question from usual counterparty. They'd like to know your tips or attitude towards trading 3 accounts as one. For example, do you leverage down from normal size since profits are 3 times?
So that was the original plan, to start trading and like with 1 lot, very low. That was my original plan. That's why I get the 3 accounts together. And then like somehow, since I used to trade like very heavy with 1 account, but I have my strategy and my rules are very, very tight. I could manage my trade, but trading 3 accounts is a new experience for me. So it's something I'm experiencing. It's completely new. And with TradeOvate and TradingView, since they are not really compatible to really manage the 3 accounts all together as one, so this is my biggest difficulty now. So for me, it's basically, I see it as 1 account. It just like you can just like start very slow. But I didn't start slow from the beginning of the week when I started doing all of them together. I was like boom, like heavy, like I used to trade very heavy.
Okay.
And then and then I did well, and then somehow I overtrade at the end of the day on Tuesday, and then here I am.
You got a great
draw down and
still laughing, still happy. I wish we could all be
yeah.
Yeah,
But,
you're on the $200 a day diet now. That's just fine. And for those asking, by the way, if I'm in a casino, this is from an earlier bit I was doing on Topstep, and I realize now it's still in the background. So still in my home, not a casino. Just putting that out there. You know, I find it interesting, Max, that you can take, it reminds me, you going from the medical profession, the trading, is that we hired a trading clerk at my old firm who was previously a military fighter pilot. And the thought was that like somebody that can do that has got to be, because we've all seen Top Gun or whatever. We think that is someone who can take risks. But as it turns out, if you're a pilot, your whole thing is not taking any risks at all. You triple check everything. Yes. Everything has to be 100% right. And so the guy was great, but he just really couldn't trade because he couldn't deal with risk. And I assume in a lot of ways, I mean, depending, I forget what type of medicine you do, but you know, my dad's a physician, and he'd be the worst trader in the history of the world. Just because, you know, you make a mistake and someone bleeds out. I'm interested to like, how are you able to kind of like take risks as a trader, like because it's so different than what you've been doing previously?
Yeah. For example, at the beginning, it was very, very difficult for me because, in a certain way, I am a perfectionist. I have a perfectionist mindset. So, and then when you look at the chart and trading in general, it's not easy. It's not for perfectionists,
Mhm.
and it's not for someone who's been training to not make mistake. Like my field, you cannot make a mistake. If you make a mistake, someone will pay, like, with their life. So you cannot make mistake.
Yeah.
So for me, the switch was over time when I start to really focus on psychology, because I figured out why I cannot succeed on trading. Because I mean, like, I started like on 2021, right? I started with crypto. It was a roller coaster, headache, can't sleep, very, very difficult.
Right.
But at some point, I'm like, okay, trading is not for perfectionists. You cannot be perfect. Even sometimes you see the price is perfect, and then like they take the exact high, the exact low where you expect it to bounce from, but it's not all the time. You cannot expect price to do the same thing over and over again. Even you have a strategy. The strategy sometimes you need to. It's like kind of you need, because it's people interaction. So you cannot expect everything to be perfect. So, and I start listening to, for example, Topstep. They have a lot of good interview with Andrew Menaker.
Oh yeah, Andrew, if you're listening, we'd love to have you back.
Yeah. Oh my God, Andrew Menaker. I listened to him like process versus outcome. It's like how to manage like uncertainty.
Mm-hmm.
And then I start listening to psychology. I start giving more time to the psychological part, because I knew all the technical. I was good with the technical, but the psychological part was very difficult for me to switch from a perfectionist mindset and then to adapt to this market, which is like up and down. You don't know what's next, but anyway, you need to take the risk. And then once I switch, I become like very like I wasn't afraid of taking risk anymore. And I was like making like money like crazy. I was like passing the combines within 2 days.
Wow.
But there's one thing. Once I pass the combine and I go to a express funded account, so I have the same mindset coming in, the same little fear of making mistakes sometimes. And it takes time for me to readjust and then to go back to my normal, to say, this is not perfect. Trading is not perfect. Even it's perfect in a certain way, but it's not perfect in terms of price, where we have like millions of people interacting, moving price up and down. You cannot expect everything to work as you plan them to be. You can just hope this trade will work out, but you always to make sure that your stop loss, this is the amount you're willing to lose in order for this trade to work. And if you have the chance to move your stop loss to lose less, you move it. So that's why one of my principal psychology. Once in profit, always in profit. I do not care. Once I'm in profit, I just move my stop loss under the next candle or under the fair value gap, whatsoever structure I can move it from. So I do not lose more than I was supposed to lose, or I do not lose at all, even if it's small profit, but it's something. And then this is the way I could keep myself going up, and get funded. And we
Max, let me ask you. I mean, do you move your stop up to break even? And if it's a good runner, are you locking in money moving your stop?
I don't move my stop to break even. If I move my stop, it needs to be into profit. Okay. And once it's into profit, at least money for my time. I don't move my stop to break even. Money for my time, and then I go down to a 1 minute chart or 30-second chart. Whenever I see the structure is changing, I just move my stop loss to the next structure. and done. If it's only 200, 300, 500, 1,000, I do not care. I move it. I will enter again when price start moving in my favor again. I will re-enter. And then, but I do not let price go back to my entry, and then sometimes you don't know if price will reverse, and then now you in drawdown, you take your stop loss, but you were in profit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Price, the chart is imperfection inside perfection in a certain way of thinking. So you don't lose anything. It's better you make less money than you lose money.
Right.
Awesome. Just to point out here, we are open to the idea of taking trades during this segment, but as I've been watching the ES, it's not moving. If anyone has a trade on or has an idea, shout out in the chat. I'd be interested to see what people are doing right now, but we're kind of just back to the range of the move from when our dear
Okay.
Powell spoke.
I just put a position on. I just got filled. Quick run here in. Oh my goodness, I'm trading NASDAQ again. Okay. Well, anyway.
Are you taking it long?
I took a
Were you
long
trying
here,
to?
and
From where?
I tell you, maybe the almighty trading god is shining its light upon me today. But just a little short winner, and that's all I'm about. Nice base.
Yeah, I feel like price is going up over the settlement line.
Yeah, I took about a $200 winner here. I'm
Oh,
happy
that's
with
good.
it. Happy with it. You know, let me ask you, Max. You know, with trading, obviously the market is merciless. You know, and there is room for failure. You know, but you know, when you were doing when you were in the emergency room, you know, there really isn't any room for failure.
Oops.
Yes, there
No.
isn't any oops. You can't fail in the room, but how do you take your negative days? Now, I know that you said you've got some great positive days. How do you sort of control a negative day and then come back the next day? What are your thoughts and what's your mindset?
I mean, these last 2 days, I had 2 very, very negative days. And look at me. Because, like, at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. You just accept. Sometimes, like, the losses, you learn more from them than the winning days, because the losses are the one that they are the one that will make you a good trader. They are the one, like, you can, like, sit down. When I take a loss, like bad losses, I just sit down, go to my journal, write down everything, and then get the stress out, understand why I made the mistake, how can I fix it, what's next, how I will approach price, how I will approach the market next day. So, and then once you do that, you try to find peace within yourself. You try to find peace with the market. You try to find peace with the price. And then once you find your mistake, why you make the mistake, what is the solution? You look for the solution. Always there's a solution. Always, for every single problem, there's a solution. If you can find the solution, and everything is okay. Because at the end of the day, even you lose your account, you can always go back and restart again.
Right.
But you need to decide if you really want to do that for a living. Because if you want to do it for a living, you need to keep focused, keep grinding until you master it to perfection. Even perfection doesn't exist in the market, but at least for yourself, you control yourself, you're being disciplined. Because, for example, like, a lot of people think just discipline is just a random word, or discipline. A lot of people interpret discipline in a different way. So you need to understand yourself. What do you need to do? Because we are all different when it comes to the market.
Right.
You need to understand yourself first. What do you need to do in order for you to succeed in this market? And accept your losses, because you learn more from them than any profit you can make.
Real quick, Max, we are making some movement here in the NASDAQ, as you can see in front of you. We got my NASDAQ up. Now, this is a 15-minute candlestick, just so for those that are watching, we got that 15-minute right there. So heads up here. Markets are alive again and kicking. Max, you're located across the pond over in the UK, correct?
Yes, I'm in
All right.
London.
All right. Let me ask you. It seems, last time we talked about how you didn't tell your wife anything, and you were keeping things a always see you're keeping things a secret. And then eventually you told her, and she was, I mean, like I said, you got a great wife. She understood. She saw how hard you were working and so forth. Now, sort of off the path here. You're paying yourself out. You're doing very well. How do you enjoy some of this money with your wife?
She doesn't want me to spend, but time to time, got her a very nice gift. Couple of things she wanted, I mean, and then you need to splurge the money a little bit, just to like to feel it's real.
Yes, to make it worth its while. Well, I mean, you have to. I mean, you gotta reward yourself. I mean, if you're trading very well,
yeah, definitely,
you're paying yourself out for sure, for sure. The question was, he's from Haiti and moved to London. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I was from Haiti to Japan, and then from Japan, I lived 4 years in Tokyo, like for my study, and then like after that, like last 2 years, I've been living in London.
Can you speak Japanese?
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Konnichiwa.
Wakarimashita ka?
Oh, wow.
Hi,
Domo.
I'm just a little bit.
All right. Dante says, question Eddie, how do we tell our wives? Well, hopefully you're letting them know what you are doing. But I can see this.
I mean, in regards to my wife, at the beginning it was okay, but since I lose a lot of money and then trading crypto, and then she told me that you need to give up. This is gambling and stuff. But like I have a kind of mindset that I don't like anything that I cannot fix. I don't like challenges, and I'm like, I need to master this. I think it was stronger than me, the feeling, the sensation that I needed to master this. I needed to focus on this. And it's one way or another. It's either I do this or nothing. It was like death or life. I'm like, this is what I decide to do, and I need to master this. This cannot be, And then I focus on it. I put all myself on it, learning, grinding. I was in the chat every single day, like day and night. I was like, I had no free time. I stopped drinking. I stopped going to club. I stopped going out. Every single time I spent was in front of the screen. The only spare time was like probably to spend time with my son, like on weekends or bringing him to school. That's the only time. Beside of that, all my time was like dedicated to learn, and I was on the chat 24 hours every day, every single minute.
Right.
And this is the way you do it. You need to decide to make it happen. And once you do that, and then you focus on it, I think everyone can make it. Every single. I mean, if someone has been trading more than 6 months, at least you learn 1 year, 6 months. I think at this time you know all the technicals. What you need to master is the psychological part, because this is the toughest one.
You got to tell yourself each and every day and remind yourself, I am a trader. I am a trader. I am a trader. And, even though that you're sort of spinning your wheels, you're still in the arena, and you're still giving yourself a chance. And, we learn each and every day how to get some traction, how to move forward. And like I mentioned before, even if it's a small step, you're still moving forward. And, we talk about, confidence. Confidence is so strong. And, you're somebody that has a lot of confidence. There's a comment here that let me see if I can find it. You make red days fun. So
yes, this is the way it's supposed to be. Because you learn more from them than anything else.
Yes.
I learned more from the bad days than the good days.
Sure. Of course, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's like in American baseball and so forth. There was a player, Willie Stargell, and he had over 500 home runs, Hall of Fame. And they asked him, how do you hit 500 home runs? What's a good tip? And he said, striking out, because the thing is, after you have a successful trade or you score a goal, it's a flash. But when you do something and fail, he said he'd go back to the bench and go over every pitch that he had. And that's like having a losing day where you go over every trade that you had and see where you could have improved. And I thought that was great. And that's what I do. You break it down and learn from your failure.
Yeah. So today, when I came back to the chart, I had the clarity that I never had before. It was just unbelievable. I'm like, oh my gosh! I feel like enlightened. Like it was a kind of like enlightenment. I was like, oh my gosh, I can see things that I couldn't see before because I went back to my mistakes. I went back to my traits, what I was doing wrong, why I did that, why it happened. And then when I check, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that. And then today, it was an amazing day. It was an amazing day. I trade less, but my trades were so perfect. I was like, oh my God. And then this is the way it is. And then I learn from it because at the end of the day, you cannot expect to succeed if you don't make mistakes. Even like soccer player, let's say Messi, Ronaldo, these guys, they train 24 hours every day like beasts. And what you do? You just say, oh, trading is bad. Oh, and you're crying for what? For what? Just stand up.
Like a beast,
keep working hard. And then you have Topstep that's giving you a lifetime opportunity that you can go and buy combine, even like $50. Buy one again. You fail again and again and again and again until you succeed. If you don't want to do it, just quit now. But if you want to keep doing it, this is the way it is. Learn from your mistakes, go back to your feet, stand up, and keep working hard. But smart, because you need to do things properly. Take notes, get a journal, write down how you feeling during your trades, how's your feeling when you're trading, why you took this trade, why it doesn't work, why this one work, and then focus on that, and then find the perfect time to trade, and don't spend entire day in front of the screen. Trade one session or two sessions. If you couldn't find your setup in one session, go to the next one. If you cannot find it, it's done.
Right.
And once you do that, trading will be fun. You'll enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. Whether I lose, whether I win, I'm enjoying it.
I think that's the key. Good. That's what kind of chased me out of the, among a few things, out of the industry, trading full time, is that I couldn't just mentally take busting my ass for a month, say, and being worse off financially than if I had taken a vacation for the whole month to some exotic location. And it's just hard to be okay with that, especially if it's your profession, if it's your full-time job. It puts a whole other level of stress into things. And I love talking to you, Max, because you seem to have such a almost monk-like discipline of sort of money comes, money goes. It's all right. You're all right. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Please,
That's a blessing. Max, I got Tourist Trader here asking, Max, what's your methodology, if you don't mind me asking? What's your trading methodology?
So my trading methodology, I think I was planning to talk about it on the 18th, but if you want, I can go just briefly over it if you want to.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of that, we've got you back here coming back in December next week, I think. Right?
Yeah, next week.
See,
Yeah, this is exactly what I was going to talk about.
the world. Yes, the world loves Max Maserati. Tell us now. We can again talk about it next week.
Yeah. So what I do, I have because my philosophy regarding trading is like the way I approach trading. It's that trading is very difficult, but you always find a lot of patterns, a lot of things that repeat over and over again. And if you know exactly what you're looking for, you can find some good trades because like you have people interacting. So when people are interacting, so the interaction is being converted in a mathematical formula. That's why you can see the candles. So the candles, they represent like our interest or our hope that price might go lower or higher, but not like the institution as well. They have the big footprint in the market. So the way I approach trading, so basically I go all the way back to the monthly, and then I check if I do have where's the liquidity, where's price coming from, where price my just reverse. For example, so what I do, I'll be like so price is coming, like for example, price is coming from that from the downside. Like we are bullish, basically bullish. So price, so on a monthly basis, price might highly likely come and take this high. This is the expectation because on the monthly basis, right? And then we have a big fair value gap. So I know on the monthly time frame that my I am bullish, right? So as you can see in my indicator, says the static bias is bullish. So in my indicator, I have two bias. One is static, one is dynamic. Dynamic is the live price. Static is taking this candle and this candle to give you an insight into the market. And the dynamic will take the last two candles, but the static will ignore the current candle, will take the last two candles. So whenever a price close bullish, for example, like body close above, so this, like for me, this price is bullish. And this become for me automatic like a kind of order block. And it's the same like for example when price is bearish, and then you can see this the way I base my trade. So I go to the monthly, and then I go down to the weekly. I look for where price can go. So for example, I would have marked this here. So I mean, like I marked this here. I thought this would have been happen probably at the end of the month, but yesterday was crazy.
Yes, it was.
FOMC was crazy yesterday. So and then like I go down to the weekly. I'm like, okay, on the weekly we are bullish as well. So this will be my target, and then I go down to daily. So the daily is the main chart where I really frame my trade. So I'm like, if the monthly was bullish, the weekly was bullish, and then we have a drawn liquidity on the monthly. So probably I'm expecting price to either reverse or make a retracement and then go up again. So when I go to the daily now, so for example, let's say I will be focused on this candle. Let's say today I will have been focused on the yesterday candle. So I'll be marking it like that. So this will be, for example,
while you're checking on that, Max, real quick here, Mike Batak just chimed in. He is up 23 on the day. So if we can
$23.
$23 and 2,300. No,
okay.
2,300. So he's getting some of that back
on too.
That's good.
Nice job. Okay, I'm sorry, Max.
No worry. So I will be marking the high where I expect the drawn liquidity to be for the day. So it will be like previous day high drawn liquidity, and I will be marking where the candles switch to bullish. So this is my level. So I will be putting my a horizontal line here, and then this will be my previous day swing success. So the swing happened from the close of this candle. And so this will be my swing. Okay, so I will be looking, okay, so this is where my liquidity will be for the day, and this will be the low. So as you can see, so price, so this will be the low of the candle as well, at the same level with the previous the swing success. So basically, I'm like, okay, so once I see that, I'm like, price is quite very, very strong. So I really expect this price to go up and take this drawn liquidity. So I will be going to the 4 hour now. And then once I'm in the 4 hour, let's say this candle hasn't happened yet. This hasn't happened yet, right? And then when you come, and then you'll see, so this is yesterday. And then in the morning, so what happened next is like, I'm like, okay, so price came down here. Price already, I think in the morning, like this is my first 4 hours, and then my first 4 hours are Asian. So I saw that price already took my previous day high drawn liquidity. This will have been my target, but price already take it. So what I check as well on the 4 hours, where is the settlement line? So if price is above the settlement line, which means price is bullish and it's in confluence with my monthly, my weekly, and my daily bias. So I will be looking for long. But in order to look for long, so I will check where is any like PDRA. So my next PDRA in the 4 hour is this fair value gap, right? So I will be looking for price to retrace here. So, and then I will be marking the 4 hours. So I have a double top here, which will be like my H4 drawn liquidity, H4 high drawn liquidity. H4 is a 4 hour, H4 high drawn liquidity. So I'll be waiting for price to go back to the fair value gap or the imbalance, and then once price come back to it, and then I will make sure that price doesn't really cross the consequent encroachment of the fair value gap. And then from that narrative, I will go back to the 15 minutes. So the 15 minutes is where I take all my trades, and I will frame the trade on the 15 minutes. So when I go on the 15 minutes, so what I will be looking for, I will be looking for a bullish body close. For a bullish body close. So this will be my bullish body close on the 15 minutes. So price came down to the consequent encroachment. It respected it in a certain way. So, and then here, price came to this fair value gap. Didn't go up, but it go down. So I'm still waiting. And then next, price shouldn't come back to this fair value gap again. So it did come back and make like a fair value gap plus a bullish body close. So sometimes, and then this is where I will frame my trade. I will be taking a long when price come back here to the fair value gap here. And this will be my stop loss.
I don't know if I asked this here, but Iron Mike's asking, trading view indicator, which ones are you using?
Oh, this is my personal indicator.
Oh, okay. There you go, Iron Mike.
Yeah, this is my personal indicator. I'll be targeting 1 to 2.
Okay. No. That was fine. That was fine. The student's asking Max, what session do you trade, London or the New York AM?
So I just trade New York AM now, because I used to trade London as well, but I just focus on New York now. So since yesterday, because like when I start trading in the morning in London, so sometimes I just spend a lot of time in front of the screen. So when New York came, most of my trade idea like developed very well on New York, because most of the time I have like very, very good trade. I make like 12,000 in a day, 20,000 in a day with my strategy. But most of the times it happened in New York, like just like managing my trade by removing my stop loss to profit every time, right? So for example, this is I just target 1 to 2 and I'm done. And then I will keep looking for long, and then right after this target is reached here. Once this so I could have just target the H4 high here.
Okay.
I need to. And then once it reached, but since we had news, I just target 1 to 2 and I'm done. So the news came. So once the target is reached, so I will be looking for short. So after that, I saw the price coming in. I'm like, okay. So, but I need to wait for liquidity to be taken or a fair value gap in higher time frame to be touched or my joint liquidity to be touched. Once it happened, this is where I will take my trade. And sometimes I just go to the 5 minutes. The 5 minutes sometimes is clearer. Say, for example, this will be a very nice trade for me. And this as well, here, will have been a very nice trade to go down. I think I took this trade here. I took it from here in the 30 second. I took it from here, from this candle here. After the liquidity was taken, and on 30 second, I think there were my strategy just say, oh, you have I had a body close, and then I just took the trade and I make one nice, I risk like $25 and I make like 212 and I'm like done.
That'll do it. Well, thanks for really breaking that down for us there, Max. That was certainly helpful. I would like to also bring up, because we haven't for a while, Hogue is up $800. We'll have him in the overlay later. But
Nice.
Max, as long as you're here, I believe, James, we have some other traders calling out their success who sent us some stuff, pictures of them doing well in the combine. You want to check them out, Max?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
let's say
Let's see what we got.
Yeah, we only have a couple, but we got them here. Join
Nice.
Topstep October 13th using the free Fire Drill code. Funded on the 17th. Fast forward a month and a half later, about 12K in payouts and possible invite to live.
Wow, that's great.
There you go.
That's very nice.
I also have a few, I think I sent them to you. A couple of people sent me photos of them rocking the Topstep swag that I want to show real quick.
You can check out those
Ah.
speed up too.
Well, since when he's been trading, David? Since when?
Excuse me?
He doesn't say, David. Like
Oh, when has he been trading? I'm not sure. You know, he joined it on the 13th, funded on the 17th, so got funded pretty quickly.
yeah, very quick. I think I got funded as well on 1 month, 20 days.
Wow! And here's one for everybody out there. Stop trading 10 NQ contracts at a time and having to reset twice a week. Went to trading 2 contracts at most, and then this happened. A funded trader.
Wow. This is
Very
discipline here.
nice.
This is discipline.
Congrats, Ashley.
And
Yeah.
the last one we
Congrats.
got, before we move on to some swag photos,
Yeah.
we got past 150 combine, now express funded. We hope you don't mess it up too. We know you won't.
Take it
Well
slowly.
done.
Take it slowly. Take it slowly. Same
Listen to
approach.
Max. Listen to Max. Slow. Slow
All
and
right.
steady.
Slow. You have all the time of the world. Now you're funded. This is the time you stay calm. Take it one step at a time. Just risk 100 per day or 50 per day. And then just make sure that you focus on the process rather than the money.
You
Yeah,
got it.
exactly. And then remember, if you have any W's, you have anything you want to share, celebrate live on air with us, throw it in our Facebook community, throw it on Twitter, hashtag Topstep, hashtag TopstepTV. I took a look. No one's done it yet on Twitter. So if you're not on there, follow us, tag us, post it.
Yes.
Got some really cool stuff, though, people have been sending to our inbox. Jack asked for these a while ago, and we got them. Got
Cool.
my favorite shirt that we carry on display here.
That's
the
prime
Hogue
one,
shirt.
Hogue special.
So someone just say, Max, you should get one of those Topstep hats and merch. Where's mine, guys? Where's mine?
It's in the mail. It's in the mail.
I'm waiting for it.
That's
I'm
a
sure
great
we could do
shot.
something there. I mean, Max,
That's,
yeah.
Anthony sent that to us, and then
Yeah,
Thank you,
so-
Anthony.
Anthony, we got Brian up next. Got a little
this
homemade.
is homemade swag.
That's very cool.
It's a low budget, very creative, very creative. Whatever you do,
Yeah,
don't
very
put that in the
cool.
wash.
It's the
No, you
look
don't want to
that
put that in
sells
the
it.
wash. Hand wash that.
very reminiscent of when I used to draw a permanent marker on a white T-shirt in middle school and call it an original.
There you go.
It's like I'm the only one that has this. And then finally, from our friend Dean, got some really good setup here, Dean. I love the monitors you got going on.
Wow.
Radio.
Wow, very cool.
Dean is kicking it, man. That is nice.
Nice. I love when you get the screens going vertically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's when you know things are tight.
Yeah,
Good job, G.
that's a cool picture.
Oh yeah.
And if you have any pictures of anything that you think I'd find interesting that is not inappropriate or pornographic, for instance, you can send them to TopstepTV at Topstep.com.
And now you're gonna get what you don't want.
I
You know
kind of
that.
asked for it there, didn't I?
Yeah. Hey, and Cameron, any chance we could post our swag link from the website? I know that a lot of people are wondering, well, how did he get that? I want one of those. So check that out. We got some new swag in there, and Max, we're gonna hook up. We'll get you hooked up here.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for it, baby.
You got it. Well, you know what? I tell you, we got some new swag, and we all put the order in. I think around the first 2 days, and companies here in North America, and Deanna was the first one to get a shipment. She's not too far from you, so we'll see what we can do. We'll get a contact with you. We'll get your sizes, and we'll get something out to you. Well deserved.
Oh yeah. Next time I'll be like all top sets.
There you go. That's what we want.
Michael walks around like that every day.
You know what's nice too? It's like the wife. She's wearing Topstep gear. She's got the hoodie on. Oh, this is so warm. All right, honey, you can have it. So I should take a picture. I'm going to take a picture of her wearing Topstep swag, and I'll send it to you, Jack. And it's not going to be. It'll be nice. It'll be G-rated.
That's fine.
Okay.
Glance at the previews now.
There you go.
What have I done to myself?
We're sort of running out of time here, but Max, I want to ask you. You're trading very well, and if you could give advice to somebody who is new to trading, or somebody who is having a hard time getting traction, what advice would you give that person?
Okay, so based on my experience, first, you need to decide if this is really, really what you want to do. I know it's a very, very difficult path. And then if you decide this is what you want to do, and you love it, you feel the passion for it, and I guarantee you there's a lot of potential. But you need to dedicate time and resources to make it happen. Just remember, LeBron James, to get to the level he is now, probably made 500 shots a day. At the beginning, it wasn't easy for him.
Yeah. But
now he's a monster. But it's the same, completely the same. You need to give time to the time for your body to adjust, time for your mind to adjust to the chart, to understand it. You need to learn, that's for sure. But learning the technical parts is not the most difficult one. The most difficult one is the psychological part. Because you might have a good any strategy can work, but the most important thing is risk management and managing your emotion. But how you manage your emotion, this is very, very, very difficult. It's not something that will happen from today to tomorrow. So again, you need to give time to yourself, time for your entire self, your entire body to absorb trading, to understand what it is. But you must understand yourself first, who you are, what kind of person you are, because trading will put you in face to face to yourself. Because sometimes you're not even trading the chart, you are trading yourself. you're trading your own market. Ask yourself, am I trading the market or am I trading my inner market? So at the end of the day, if you realize this is what you want to do for a living, at least dedicate 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't know how many hours you have per day, but at least dedicate a certain amount of hours to learn and listen. Topstep had some great interview with Andrew Menaker, Mind Over Market with Mark Douglas. Listen to these guys. They will open, they will enlighten you. And then from then, once you master the technical, you master the psychological part, that doesn't mean you will not make mistakes. You will still make mistakes over and over and over again. But it's the way you manage your emotion, the way you manage these mistakes, the way you see this problem, not as problem, but as a way to get better, to go on the ladder. For example, yesterday I lost, but for me, it was the best things ever, because I could go up, understanding much better the chart, understanding much better myself, what to do next. See them not as a problem, but as a way to be the best trader you can be and the best professional trader ever.
Well said, Max. Well said.
Awesome.
Now, we're running out of time, but I want to make sure that you get your fun question as we did before, my friend. Number 1 to 20, pick a number. We're going to get this question out and answer real quick.
Use your questions all the Let's go.
A number this time. Give me a number, 1 to 20.
1 to 20.
1 to 19.
19. And all right. What's the most beautiful place you've ever been?
Oh my gosh! And the most it's a Japanese island called probably you've never been to Okinawa. And there's this island.
My stepdad was there. Yes, Okinawa, Iwo Jima, Okinawa.
Yeah, yeah. So they have a very very small island, far away from Okinawa, from the main island. It's one of the most beautiful islands I've been in. And Saint Martin in the Caribbean is one of the my dream is like to go to every single island in the Caribbean. But Saint Martin, oh my God, this is my favorite island. The beach are amazing. I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Max. Max, thank you very much for being with us here today.
Amazing.
We're going to have you back here next week again. So we'll find out how well your trading has been, whether it be good or bad. But Max, once again, thank you very much for being with us. Max Maserati, everybody.